There's definitely an art to making the perfect smoothie or the perfect frap, and it's not difficult to do. You just have to know the basics and some of the secrets. Now, what I prefer to do when making my smoothies thick is to add more frozen ingredients. It gives it more of a dense flavor. But when you go to the smoothie shops, they add more ice on top of the recipe before blending. Now, of course, it saves them a little bit of money. Okay? Now, it's also important to add ice when you're making fraps because that's an important ingredient. Now, you've watched the barista make the smoothie, so you try and go home and do the same thing, but you fail at it. Why is that? Well, one of the reasons is because you're not using the same ice that they are. You're using this, the common ice cube tray found in your freezer. So, whether you're making a frap or you're making a smoothie, you have to use the proper ice. So, let's go in the kitchen. I'm going to show you the right type of ice to use and why this is not the right thing and it's not going to work out for you. Before we get started, I would appreciate it if you support Blending with Henry by hitting that like and subscribe button as well as the bell icon to be alerted when new video content arrives. Now, for more recipes, visit my website, blendingwithhenry.com. This is the common size ice created from using your home ice cube trays. Now, they're fine for many things, but not so good for smoothies and blended recipes. Now, these ice chunks are the common size you'll get when you buy a bag of ice from your grocery store. Now, they are really the perfect size for just about every type of recipe, including iced coffee. You'll easily find these size ice chunks in these bags found in the freezer section of stores and even select fast food restaurants that sell bags of ice. Believe it or not, you guys, both cups of ice have the exact same amount, but the homemade ice cubes on the right take up significantly more space and take much longer to break down in the blender. We're going to make snow using the Vitamix 48-ounce container. Now, I have the larger homemade ice cubes. I'm starting out on speed 3 and will increase if needed to break down the ice. Now, to make snow, turn your freezer up a bit to make the ice shatter easily. Turning up to speed 4 to get that last bit of ice broken down. Okay, we have snow for snow cones, but it took over 1 minute to break down the ice to create it. Now we're using the smaller store-bought ice chunks, same amount as the larger ice cubes. This is 2 cups. Now, because the ice chunks are smaller, I can make the snow at a higher speed on speed 5 for quicker processing. Perfect snow in about 30 seconds. Now that's half the time it took you guys for the homemade ice cubes, and I didn't have to do any speed changes towards the end. Now, to be clear, I couldn't use the faster speed 5 for the larger homemade ice cubes. Let me show you why. Okay, so I'm putting it on speed 5 like I used for the smaller ice chunks. Now I finished in under 15 seconds, but there's a reason. And there's your reason. Now the ice wouldn't break down because the higher speed caused cavitation, which is essentially the ice freezing at the bottom of the container. Now this is typically how your smoothie turns out from using frozen ingredients and some juice or liquid. I stepped it up a bit, adding Bacardi in the ice chunks. Ice blended with alcohol gives a creamy frozen texture. Now with alcoholic beverages, it's especially important to use the proper ice to achieve this texture. Here's a tip for you guys. On the left, I have frozen ingredients of pineapple, mango, and strawberries. Now notice the store-bought ice chunks are proportionate to the size of the frozen fruit. Now this makes for a perfect blend. Now, notice how much bigger the homemade ice cubes are in comparison to the frozen fruit. Now, the fruit will break down much quicker and overblend because the ice cubes will take much longer to break down and combine with the fruit. This is improper. So you guys, if you want the perfect blend, use the proper ice. It really does matter. Now give it a try and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Alright you guys, now if you like this video, please leave a thumbs up. And if you would like to support Blending with Henry with your Vitamix purchase, please use the links below the video or on blendingwithhenry.com. See you soon.